Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our lesson today. Thank you very much, everyone, for those of you who are joining. You may realize that I'm sat in a different position today because I have a small example to show you on my table today. I'm going to do my best to explain the topic today. We are going to be talking about phrasal verbs in English. I would like to thank everyone again for joining today. This lesson will be taught. I'm going to talk about the introduction. I'm going to introduce the lesson, and then we're going to talk about some differences between some determiners. And then in the second half, we're going to talk about some phrasal verbs. Now, it is a difficult topic, phrasal verbs, so we're going to start easy and then build into the topic. Hi, Hajar. It's lovely to have you here. Thank you very much for coming. So, for those of you who are new viewers today, thank you very much for joining. My name is Sam, and I'm a teacher at Cercle. We're a company based in Paris, and we focus on business English. If you have CPF, we can offer you free one-to-one lessons. I'm going to try and use some questions from our online platform to show you the kind of content which we create. And I'm going to do my best to help you learn something today. We realize it's a strange situation right now in France, but the aim of this lesson is to have a bit of fun and to learn something new. Again, thank you all for coming. It's really nice to have you all here. Hello, Bertil, Elsie, Alina, Sari, and Pauline. Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. Okay, so normally we start with a fact, and I always need your help to try and determine the answer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out a sentence, and you have to help me find out the fact and the answer. So, as I mentioned, we're going to talk about determiners at the beginning of the lesson before we go to phrasal verbs. We're going to be talking about distance. So these facts are related to certain distances. Hello, those who joined. Thank you again. So this first fact, I need all of your help. So you can hear, might help if I write it down too. You can hear a blue whale's heartbeat more than, and then you need to help me find out how far that distance is. So the heartbeat, for those of you who are unsure, it's the beating sound that your heart creates. Now, a blue whale is the really big animal in the sea. So underwater, how far do you think the sound travels? How far? Okay, let's see what you all come up with. Bonjour, Said. Hello, Mark. And hello, everyone. Thank you very much for joining. So for those of you who are just coming onto the lesson now, we're talking about determiners for the beginning of the lesson, and then we'll start talking about the phrasal verbs. Okay, we're starting to get a couple of answers. So Hajar thinks 10 kilometers. That's a very good guess, Hajar. It's a long way, 10 kilometers. Maybe they are really big creatures. Perhaps the distance is that much. Okay, we have the opposite end here. Afat is just 1 kilometer. The distance that you can hear a blue whale's heartbeat is actually 2 miles away, which is massive. It's colossal. For those of you who aren't sure what a mile is, okay, we have some answers that are very similar. One mile is about 1.6 kilometers. So is that 3.2 kilometers, 2 miles? So you're very close, Elsie and Said. The next fact is about a certain name for a city. Okay, so the longest name of a place is how many letters? So there's one city in the world that has a really, really long name. So my name is Sam. It's quite short. It's only 3 letters. I and Cercle are in Paris. Okay, that's 5 letters long. Okay, we have some suggestions here. Pauline thinks 26. That's a lot of letters, Pauline. But yes, what do you think? What does everyone else think? Do you think it's more? Do you think it's less? 23, around the 20s. Yeah, I imagine a word which has 26 or 23 letters must be very difficult to pronounce. 47, Aline, that's massive. But perhaps you could be right. I'll wait for a couple more contributions. I'm not sure what country it is, Saeed. I just saw the fact, but I think it might be Welsh. I'm not sure. So the longest city has 85 letters in. It's a very, very long name. It has 85 letters. It's massive. Okay, so I'm really glad that we have a lot of viewers today. I've spent all morning preparing my table. Okay, so if I just move over a bit, we are going to talk about some determiners. Okay, so determiners, if I write 2 examples down, we have that and this. Okay, determiners define the location of what you are talking about. So, for example, if an object is very close to me, for example, this cup, as I just said, we would refer to it as this because it's close to you. There is another cup. Because this cup is far away, we would refer to this as that cup. Okay, I will write it down for those of you who are here. If it is close, we say this cup. Okay, so if you're talking about any object close to you, you can refer to it as this if it is in the singular. So this cup. What would I say for this? Can anyone please explain or write down what I would write for this? The item is a pen. Would I say this pen or would I say that pen? What do you think? This or that? Okay, exactly. I've seen that some of you have already given the correct answer. We say this pen because it is close to me. Okay, this cup and that cup. We've said this pen because it's close. I have 2 pens at the end of my table. Okay, I had 1 pen here, but I have 2 at the end of my table. Do I say this pens or that pens? What one do you think it is? Do I say this pens or that pens? Okay, please type your answer. Please type. There's no no punishment for being incorrect. It's really good that you try. Okay, let's see some of the answers. This pen, this pens, or that pens? So we're getting a variety of answers. We have these pens. Okay, Corinne, that wasn't an answer, but a very interesting point there. That pens, Aline thinks. We have a variety of answers. Okay, these pens, those pens, that pens. Okay, it was a trick question. We do not say that pens or this pens. It's very difficult to even say it. If it is plural, we use these or those. Okay? It was this pen because there is only one. Because they are far away, we say those pens. Okay? Because they're now close, I can say these pens. because it is plural. These pens, those pens. These pens, those pens. Does everyone understand? I hope so. Let's try something else. What could I say for the cups? Would I say that cups, this cups, those cups, or these cups? Remember, they're close to me. What would I say for the cups? Would I say that cups, this cups, those cups, or these cups? It's very difficult to try and explain, but let's see the suggestions that we've all written. Okay, I can see the majority of you are writing these cups. You're exactly right. Because it is close to me, we either use this or these. We use this if there's just one, this cup, because it's close. But because there were two cups, we say these cups. Okay, everyone has the correct answer. We have some fantastic students, as I always say. Now we're going to try and catch you out. What would I say about my glass? My glasses. I don't want to give the answer away. What would I say for the glasses? Okay, please write your answer. What do you think? There's just one pair. What do we say for this? It's close to me. I can touch them. Okay, we have a broad variety of answers. We have these glasses, we have those glasses, this glass, that glasses. We have all four. Okay, we have all four. We have this glasses, that glasses, these glasses, and those glasses. Okay, the correct answer is these glasses. Okay, remember that these are called glasses. They're plural. Okay, even though there is just one pair, it is a plural word. So when we refer to it with a determiner, we have to use these because the word is plural. Okay, does everyone understand that? It might be very complicated. After the lesson, if it is difficult, you can go back and rewatch what I just said, and hopefully it will become clearer. So, an additional piece of information I can give is that we say these because it's close. Okay? If I'm talking about the glasses here, I could say those glasses because it's far. Those and these. Okay? I'm just trying to see if everyone has understood. I hope so. Okay, fantastic. Now we don't need the table anymore. So I hope everyone has a clearer understanding of the determiners, these, this, that, and those. Okay, so let's try an exercise or two to make sure that everyone has understood. And again, thank you very much, everyone, for joining and for writing on the chat. It's really nice to have you all here. Okay, so context of this sentence will help you out. You need to write this, that, these, or those. What do you think you could write in the space here? Look at newspaper here. So here implies it's close. So we have this. Exactly. So exactly, I think all of you have the right answer. Because you're talking about the newspaper, when we say look at newspaper here, it's probably because you are holding it, so it's really close to you. So that is why we say this newspaper. If the newspaper was really far away, we would say, look at that newspaper. And remember, there's only one. So for those of you who have written this, that's correct. And well done, guys. That's really good. I think everyone had the right answer. Let me try and find something a little difficult. I think every lesson, all of you, all the time write the correct answer. Makes planning these lessons very difficult. So the next one. People over there in the distance are my friends. Okay, so there's two pieces of information here which you need to use in order to answer the question. Okay, again, you guys are just too good. You're too fast. Maybe you're English people. I don't know. Perhaps. But you're exactly right. Everyone has written those, okay? Because we're talking about people in the distance. They're not close to us. We're friends who I could touch and interact with. I could say, these are my friends. But because they're far away, we say those, okay? And we also know that there's more than one because there is an S at the end of friends, which makes it plural. I hope that is clear. I can see that everyone's written the correct answer. You're all A-star students. Fantastic. Okay, I think that everyone has understood the quick demonstration that we gave. So I'd just like to start talking about phrasal verbs. These are very difficult for beginners in English, so I'm going to talk as slowly and as clearly as I can. If you struggle to understand, or you would like me to explain again, I can read what you write in the chat, so please ask me to explain again if something is not clear, and I'd be happy to help out. So a phrasal verb is a verb we use with a preposition or an adverb, okay? And it changes the meaning of that particular verb. So for example, call off with just two F, sorry. Call off, okay? So what does the verb to call mean? Okay, who can use call in a sentence for me? Okay, let's just wait for your suggestions. You all found the first half easy. Let's see if I can catch some of you out for this next half. Okay, what we're talking about the phrasal verb call off, but just to begin with, I want to try and show you clearly what a phrasal verb is. What does call mean? Just the verb to call. Exactly, Alexandra, thank you very much for your contribution. To call someone is to have a conversation, okay? Normally we use this verb, as Alexandra has pointed out, when you're on the telephone. You can say, I will call my friends or my family, okay? I have a dog at home, and if I walk with my dog and she runs off, I can call her name. It means to shout very loudly, to call for someone, okay? Fantastic. I can see that everyone else has written fantastic sentences with call in. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, we also have the word off, which is at the end of this phrasal verb. So, call off. Does anyone know what these two words together mean? Because we talked about what the meaning of call was. It's when you call a friend. What does call off mean in English? So for those of you who are just joining or do not understand, we're talking about phrasal verbs. When you attach a verb to a preposition or an adverb to change its meaning. To call off me, to stop the conversation, Yes, you are partly correct, Hajar. When we call off something, it means to cancel. Okay? So, when we want to cancel a meeting, I could say to my colleague, let's call off the meeting. Okay? So, it's not just meetings that you can cancel, it can be other events. For example, I could say the Olympics for 2020 in Japan have been called off because they've been cancelled. It means it's not going to happen anymore. Okay, I hope you all understand. Please do let me know if that's clear or it's unclear for you. Again, I'm happy to explain again for those of you who are unsure. But in the meantime, let's talk about another phrasal verb. Okay, to put on. What does it mean to put on? What would it mean if I said put on? What would I be trying to say? We have some good examples coming in from the previous phrasal verb to call off. The Roland Garros was called off. Yes, the Paris tennis. Very sad that, and the same in England. We have recently called off Wimbledon too, so it's not a good sign for the tennis fans. But it's good because then hopefully everyone will be safe. Exactly, Pauline, thank you very much for your answer. You're exactly right. When we say to put on, it means to wear something. Alors, je porte un chapeau. Yeah, I wear a hat. I can also say I put on a hat. Je porte mon chemise. I put on my shirt. It's the action of putting it on. Okay? Wearing is different because I'm wearing it now. But when I put it on, I physically am putting my arms in, I'm squeezing my head through. So putting on is the action of getting the clothes onto your body. Okay, if I have a look at some of the answers. To put on the light. We wouldn't say to put on the light, but it's a very good attempt. Phrasal verbs are very confusing because they don't make sense and you need to learn the meanings of the words. For lights, we say to turn on, which is another phrasal verb. To turn on the lights, but a fantastic point there, Nasa. Sorry about the pronunciation. Okay, and if I look at the answer to put on, I see that some other people are mistaken too. So when we put on something, it means the action of putting it on your body. Let's try another one, shall we? Okay, let me pick a really easy one, or hopefully it will be more simple. To wake up. What does it mean to wake up? This one should hopefully, it is more related to the verb. Okay, what does it mean to wake up? If you can use it in a sentence, that would be great. We really want to always try to encourage you to write in full sentences. So how can you use wake up? Exactly, Alexandra. Yeah, we'll wait for a couple of other answers. But what can we say? How can we use wake up in a sentence? Okay, fantastic. I can see that everyone else understands this one. It's se réveiller. Okay, to wake up from your sleep, to start your day. Okay, we all wake up in the morning. If you wake up for work, if your job requires you to start work very early, you might have to wake up early. Okay, what other sentences do we have here? Okay, so Bertil, for example, has woken up early this morning. I hope you're feeling okay, Bertil, and you'll get a nice bit of sleep tonight. Yeah, to get out of bed. Thank you very much, Laura. That's perfect. To get out of bed is the time when we wake up. What other sentences do we have? Yeah, I think everyone agrees with each other. Okay, so let's try an exercise, shall we? So again, I'm going to copy a sentence into the YouTube text here so you can see. And what I would like you to do is you need to fill in the space that I leave. So you need to make sure that you use the correct phrasal verb, okay? If you struggle to understand or you'd like me to explain again, please do comment in the chat and I'll be happy to help. I want to make sure that I'm helping you learn something and that you understand what I'm saying. That's obviously really important. So this sentence here, I've given you the verb in the phrasal verb, but I just need the second part. So you must get now or you will be late for school. So this person hasn't woken up yet. Okay, and we have fantastic Hajar, Afaf, and Elsie. You have the correct answer. To get up is another way of saying wake up, and I can see that everyone else has understood that as well. Excellent. Okay, that was quite easy because the last phrasal verb we talked about was wake up. So let's try another one. Okay, this one is quite easy too, but I want to help build up your confidence, so that's fine. What words can we put in the space here to help this sentence make sense? What can we put in the gap here? Sit, please. I'll be with you in a minute. Okay, maybe these are too easy. I thought phrasal verbs was a difficult subject, but everyone here has written the correct answer. To sit down. Right now, I am sat down. Maybe you are all too, depending on how you enjoy these lessons. Some of you might be standing, I'm not sure. But we talk about sitting down is when you're in a chair. That's the action you are doing. Fantastic, guys. Okay, I always forget every lesson how good at English you guys all are. So let me find a difficult one. And I must mention that all of these exercises come from the Cercle website. These are exercises that we've made. So if you do decide to join us, then you will have access to all of these fantastic exercises. Okay, I think since you guys have known the answer to the first few, you will know the answer to every single question. So let's try another easy one to help those who aren't familiar with phrasal verbs just yet. So it's dark inside. Can you switch the light, please? So for those of you, it may be the first time you've seen a phrasal verb. If you could try and write your answer to see if you can guess what the answer is. Okay, there's no problem for writing or making a mistake. When I speak French, I make loads of mistakes. It's no problem. So please don't feel afraid to write on the group. Okay, so I I think if you look at the chat, you'll see that the correct answer has been written by many of you. Exactly, we say to switch on the light. Okay, so when we switch on a light, it means to turn it on, turn it off. Okay, to illuminate the room, we turn on a light, and to darken a room when everyone goes to bed, we turn off the light. Okay, so let's just talk about some games as we're coming towards the end of this lesson. And I want to make sure that every one of you has learned something, as that's the aim. Okay, so let's do some charades. Okay, so I am going to act out a phrasal verb, and I need you to write down what you think the phrasal verb is. Okay, I'll repeat that one more time. I will complete an action, and I will ask you to write down the phrasal verb for me, okay? So let's try it out. Let's see if the game works or not. And I'm sorry about my acting already. Okay. So let's say this is a form. Okay. It's backwards. This is a form, okay? What am I doing? Okay. What am I doing? What's the phrasal verb? It's one we haven't covered today. We haven't learned this today. No, if you don't understand, okay. It's good that you're trying, guys. Writing down. That's a fantastic attempt, Afaf. We have a verb and we have a okay. Yeah, so we can use writing down. If we are writing a form, we will often refer to that as filling in a form. Okay, filling in a form. So we say to fill in. Okay, I was trying to fill in the form. So a form could be an application to somewhere. It could be a form for a gym membership, for example. When you fill in a form, it means that you write in all the categories. Okay, and I think everyone here has made some fantastic attempts. So you've recognized the verb I was doing was writing. It was just the preposition. Some of you have made excellent attempts to write on Hajar, to write down. These are all phrasal verbs too. And yes, of course, you're all correct as well. Okay, guys, so unfortunately, we're coming towards the end of this free lesson. Thank you very much all again for joining. We will have our last lesson of the week tomorrow at 3 o'clock as normal. But again, every week and every weekday, we have these free lessons at 3 p.m. So if you're new and this is your first lesson, thank you very much for joining. I hope you've learned something. The aim of these really is to help you feel more positive and to do something productive in these days. I hope it's been helpful. If you have any suggestions, please write them in the chat. It's been really fun for me, and I hope it's been fun for you all. Thank you, and hopefully see you tomorrow. See ya. Have a good day.